The world was about to find out what happens when an entire nation is swept by madness.
Now, I'm certain some of you have heard of the Paramount sales. Okay, for the record, this could be a rumor. We'll give our theory at the end of the video, okay? There's a possibility that James Gunn will be fired from DC Studio if it goes through. You know what? Why don't we read? All right, now let's see the claims. Now, in this article, oh yeah, Cosmic Book News has history of breaking scoops ahead of the press. Well, let's see what he has to say. James Gunn out at DC with Warner Bros. Sales exclusive. Assert that if the long-rumored Warner Bros. Paramount merger goes through, Gunn's time in the DC studios would come to an end. He writes that Gunn supposedly knows his days are limited and getting himself and his friends and his wife big paycheck before the WBD sells. Rumor continues that Skydance chief David Ellison would appoint current Warner Bros. Film chief Mike DeLuca to rebuild the DC under new management. McGloin points out the mixed reaction towards Superman, Peacemaker Season 2, Creature Commandos, which you may have forgotten it existed, which I don't know about this one. Do you guys know about this, Creature Commandos? And is evidence that executive might already want a clean slate. Let's talk about what we know so far. Here's what's been publicly verifiable. Gunn and Peter Safran, I probably butchered that name, were hired as co-CEO of DC Studios in late 2022 on a multi-year contract that runs through 2026. The current Warner Bros. CEO of Discovery, David Zaslav, well, they reported to him. M&A talks between WBD and Paramount have been reported by outlets like Bloomberg and Deadline, but all description emphasize that negotiations are primarily, or in this case, preliminary and face significant regulatory hurdles. Superman 2025 earned roughly $616 million worldwide on a $225 million budget. Not bad, falling around $40 million short of profitability in its theatrical run. Bloomberg reported that WB has rebuffed Paramount's initial offer to buy the company. Now the context, why rumors resonate. It's not unusual for new corporate owners to shake up the leadership, particularly in Hollywood, where branding and creative direction carries enormous values. If Paramount and Skydance If Paramount and Skydance did acquire WBD, they almost certainly evaluate every decision, including the DC studios. That said, ousting Gunn would come as a serious baggage. His Guardians of the Galaxy track records, his existing fan base, his contractual protection would make any dismissal messy and expensive. AKA, the corporate logic could exist, but there's no concrete sign it's happening. Now, it is still a rumor. It's still a rumor, okay? Whether this latest rumor true or not is already reignited the fans' discussion about Warner Bros. Discovery's uncertain future, Gunn's divisive creative direction that has inspired passionate debate, both positive and negative. However, James Gunn isn't likely to be fired anytime soon. Even if a Warner Bros. Paramount deal proceed, federal approval could take many months, even years. During that time period, existing leadership typically stays in place to maintain stability. Let's say if the deal went through, okay? And like it says, federal approval could take months, maybe years. I think by the time that happens, his contract, I think that's what it says, his multi-year contract will probably be over by that time. James Gunn will have to renew the contract, okay? James Gunn contract runs through until 2026, but we don't know when it's 2026, whether it be summer, spring, or maybe autumn of 2026. Nobody knows. Remember, it's just a rumor. So far, what movie has already come out, or in this case, what project that has come out developed by James Gunn? We have Peacemaker Season 2. It's already come out. No? Superman? Come out? What's James Gunn's next project? If any of you know about this, let me know in the comments. Also, I don't know about the games division, because don't forget, Warner Bros. Is also have that. They have the Avalanche Studio with making the Hogwarts Legacy games. There's many others. Also, anybody knows what Creature Commandos is about? Because I never heard of it. Again, let me know in the comments. I'm probably certain by the time the deal went through, assuming the deal went through, by the time federal approval, or in this case the FTC approval, James Gunn would have done his contract. James Gunn contract, or in this case his contract, will be done. James Gunn will have to renew his contract. Hopefully could give him enough time, because like it says, federal approval could take many months or maybe a year, maybe longer. And by that time, James Gunn's contract would be expired and he will have to renew his contract.